Youth Unity Day. If you can see it, I hope you can. Just right here. Yeah. Yeah, we're here with Shirley Jackson, and we want to ask her some questions about the youth and stuff. Hope you're not nervous.
No, not me.
Okay,
First, more worried about the questions.
First question: why have you organised this event?
There's lots of different reasons why we decided to do this. I'll do like 1 to 3. So the first one is we got really fed up with all the different negative. There's so much negativity around young people at the moment. There's knife crime and we believe like negativity feeds negativity. So we wanted to do something that would empower our youth, show them in a good light, make them feel good, uplift them. And we can't. That's why we've done the day. So we've got lots of sports, football, that kind of thing going on. And also with regards to organisations from across London and across the UK, there's some people doing some amazing things out there. But unfortunately, a lot work in isolation. So what our event is all about as well is bringing organisations together, grassroots organisations particularly, because they're the ones that work very much obviously on grassroots level with families that really do need the help, and young people. So the event has kind of got that aspect to it about networking for organisations to kind of start, share resources, talking to each other, making friends, and whether you live in East London, whether you live at the top of England, let's kind of sort of start networking because there's strength in numbers. And rather than kind of just, a small group of people, 5 or 6 if you're trying to make a change, join another group, make it 20 people, join another group, make it 50 people. And there's strength in numbers, and that's again going to help bring our communities together. So that's another reason why. And also to have fun. We want to uplift young people. We want to show that there's some fantastic resources out there, from music to sports to anything really. If you want to, arts. We've also got a very well famous, how am I talking now? We have a world famous artist coming to the event.
Michelangelo?
No. So I had to Google this man because I'm not into art, but Ben Ein, who is a world famous street artist, his artwork was given to Obama when he came over in 2010.
Really?
Alphabet City in East London, that's Ben Ein, and he's coming to our event and he's going to paint for us.
Wow.
So big up Ben Ein, and he's going to do like a Q&A with young aspiring graffiti artists. And what we're going to do with the artwork, what our plan is to do with the artwork, is to auction it off. Mm-hmm. And what we get from the money we're going to, put into a youth programme.
This looks interesting. I want to come.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Yeah. What do you think about the escalating gun and knife violence among our youth? Is it being in a gang or being like on social media and the bad things that happens on the road and the street?
I think it's an amalgamation of lots of different things. I don't think you can pinpoint it to one. I like to point out I'm not a youth worker. I'm not an expert. I'm not in the Met Police it's just my personal opinion, and it's an opinion. Obviously, I talk to lots of different people. I think the problem is our communities don't pull together. There's a fear amongst our young people, and it's also with our adults as well. And everyone closes the door and no one wants to kind of get in and help. We need to change that.
Yeah.
What do you think, what's it called? What do you think, affects the fear? What brings out the fear? What do you think creates the fear within young children?
Social media.
Why do you think that?
Because there's so much negativity out there. The newspapers, the media, the way it's portrayed on the televisions. Not to say the problem isn't out there, because it is. But it's escalated so much to be such a huge problem, where there's so many young people doing really good things, but all we hear is the bad things. That's all we keep hearing.
But I feel like sometimes little children, I said little children, but yeah, you get what I mean.
Yeah,
I feel like children sometimes believe that social media is the only place they're able to express themselves.
I maybe correct me if I'm wrong. I use Facebook because I'm old.
Yeah.
I
always on
My
Facebook.
kids, I've got teenagers.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you know any teenagers that go on Facebook?
No.
Do you use it?
No, I don't use it.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
use
the thing we use more like Instagram and
And
Snapchat.
Snapchat.
And
Snapchat,
Twitter.
I've tried. Have you tried?
No.
I can't get my head around it.
Do
I
you-
like it for the filters. I mean, I look great on the filters. I sit there with my son doing them, all the stupid faces.
That's it.
And
But do you want me to make you laugh? I actually chased my younger ones off Facebook because I went on there, I was saying hello, I was saying hi. I was
oh
talking
yeah,
to them,
yeah,
chatting.
yeah.
They went on Facebook. They
Oh.
couldn't deal with it because I was talking to their friends and stuff. They're like, no.
It's like Instagram. I follow my son on Instagram, and he said to me the other day, he goes, "You really do bother me, Mum, because I sometimes might find something like a recipe, and I'll share it to him, and he'll think, oh yeah, I've got a nice message from someone, and he'll click, oh, it's my mum."
Do you have any questions to ask?
Yeah, like, don't you think it's like the parents that influence more? Because there's an adage that said charity begins at home.
I don't know about charity begins at home. I think respect begins at home.
Absolutely.
I think parents, a lot is put on parents. I think now, especially single parents. I think we all have to be accountable. And I'm talking from my own parenting, how I parent, is that if I can't teach my children to respect me, how can I expect them to be respectful when they leave my house? And that's what you have to instill in them. But you know, everyone's got different ways of doing things. But yeah, that's what I
So
think.
what way do you think they should do it? Because if they're meant to be looking after the moral, aspects of the kids and they're not doing it, so who should step in for them?
We've all seen it. You know, when I was young, because I'm, as I said earlier on, I'm a bit old, but when I was young, if we was walking down the road, and I know loads of people are probably going to be going, yes, that's so true, Shirley. If we were rude or disrespectful to a neighbour or back chatting, and they would say, I'm going to go and tell your mum, we would all be in fear. Because by the time we got home to our mum, we know we're going to get a good hiding. And that's something you don't get now. No one gets smacked or sent to their room with no food. We're calling social services on this. But that's the problem now. If people see what's going on with badness with young people, rather than correcting them, they don't. And I think that's a lot to do with we've all become so politically correct, is that you don't want to go to a child, oh, can you stop doing that? Because the child will either turn around and tell them to F off, or when they do go to the parents tell them to F off. So you're like, well, what do I do? Or it's all that kind of, is that kind of politically correct? Is that, with the safeguarding, you don't want to kind of step in because you might think there's something wrong with you. Why are you talking to kids? What are you doing that for?
That's true.
So I think, this is just my personal opinion, I'm no expert, but the love is getting lost from our young people. We're not showing that we care enough. So because they're not feel that they're being cared for, what do? They're acting up.
So you think what you're trying to say is that you think the parents are the ignorance. So that's what you're
I don't
trying to say.
think it's anything to do with ignorance. I think parents have got an awful lot of pressure now. The cost of living is astronomically high. I don't think it's a lot to do where parents might have 2 or 3 jobs. They might have huge mortgages. The food bill might be high. There's loads of things. And if they're not coming home till 7 o'clock at night, school finishes at 4. Who looks after those children between them hours?
But I feel like what also that young children need to understand is that parents as well, they have their own lives. Like before we little ones came to the world, they were there first. And I feel like all the struggle they're going through right now is for us. And I thought that the young ones don't see that. So I feel like maybe the young ones are the ignorance rather than the parents.
I'm probably going to get shot for saying all this, but when you have children, you lose a bit of your life.
Why did you say that?
Because we have children, don't we? We have a responsibility. It's our responsibility to make sure that you're looked after, that you're cared for. It's not about, you know what I'm saying? We can still do things for ourselves, but obviously till you get to a certain age, then we don't have such a huge responsibility over you. But if we are working, we should know where our kids are. We should know what they're doing. I've got teenagers. I know where my kids are all the time. They wouldn't be out. And if I say no, you can't go somewhere, they wouldn't. But that's because they're respectful. So I think that kind of, who's to say what is the right way and the wrong way? But I do think parents have an awful lot that they don't get the support because, again, going back to when we were growing up, if my mum was working or my dad was working, my neighbours would look out for us. If we went out, we had no more milk, we'd knock on the neighbour's door, can we borrow a pint of milk? God, have you done that now? They'd look at you like, what are you doing on my door asking for milk? But wouldn't they? It's the way our communities, I think, have an awful lot to do with it, an awful lot.
Why do you think there's lots of, besides social media and everything else, why do you think there's a lot of negativity? I understand in social media there's like people post that if you post something, someone's gonna be like, oh, you're ugly, you're this. What, besides social media, what do you think, what other negativities do you think is affecting the youth now, rather than social media?
If I keep telling you're bad, you're no good, you're bad, you're no good, you're going to think, well, sod it, I'm no good, I'm not going to do nothing good.
So you think that the people telling them they're not good enough are the people to blame?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm not an expert, and I'm not an expert. I'm just a mum myself, and I just see that I work around a lot of fantastic people doing brilliant stuff, and I'm an absolute awe of people that kind of support families that have been affected by knife crime, that young people that have kind of gone through terrible things in their life. There's some fantastic people doing stuff like that, and I know I couldn't, because I think it would hurt my heart too much to hear that on a day-to-day basis. But in terms of the negativity, I think there's so much pressure on young children now as well. From a young age of like 6 or 7, you're having exams, and correct me if I'm wrong, because you're young people that can tell me this. From such a young age, you're having an exam, and you're not very good at it, and there's too much pressure. You're not being young, and from 7, if you're not doing very well, you're then being told you're no good.
Yeah, because
and then 9, and then 12, and then constantly you're told you're no good. But you might be fantastic at sports or music or art, or you might not just be ready for learning. You might just not be ready. You might find sitting in a classroom incredibly boring.
So, Laura, sorry, how do you feel about that? Do you think that's
yeah, that's alright, but some youth they can get influenced by the parents, like when they're like going violent at each other, they might influence the children. Like some parents just fight in front of the children, and the children just stick out among other people.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's more to it going on. Like domestic violence plays a huge role in what goes on. You sometimes see children acting up. You don't know what's going on at home. It could be, yeah.
So you think young children go through a lot in their life for them to lead to gang violence and stuff?
But everyone's got a story. There's always a reason behind it.
But I guess our life is a story.
Yeah, it is. But some people have a good, strong network at home. They have that love and attention, and that structure that I don't say parents that care, but you don't know. What goes on at home is different. But having that support.
Can you talk more about
talk about on the spot? Go on. I'm sweating, my feet are even sweating.
So
let's talk about my event now.
Okay,
I'm gonna be shot. I'm going, God, how dare she be talking about stuff? How does she know?
Okay, so Shelley Jackson's gonna talk more about the Youth Unity Day.
Yeah. Okay. What you asked me?
Yeah, all that for you while you're doing that. Yeah.
It's the 22nd of June.
Yeah.
That's next Saturday.
You guys will go. Have to go.
It's Central Park in Dagenham. Nearest train station is East Dagenham East rather. It's not far from Romford Station. It starts at 12, finishes at 7:30. We've got so many different things. We've got a hip hop tent for the young people, hip hop, bit of conscious grime. We've got some artists that are coming along to perform. I don't want to say who, because we want it to be a nice surprise. We've got a house music tent. We've got a main stage with young performing emerging artists that are going to perform. We've got some street dancers, which is lit youth and prolific. And what's the other one? They're going to kill me if I don't mention it now. Street dancers, absolutely brilliant. Another reason for you to come. Another reason for everyone to come along. We've got Academy of Hard Knocks with Marshall Finesse. They're going to be doing MMA, boxing, self-defense, along with Box It Up Crime, which is a young guy who an ex-offender that kind of turned his life around and he now helps young people. We've got the army coming to do recruitment as well. They're going to be doing teaching like combat, you know, just in a very fun way.
Yeah.
We've also got a young lady called Christy Prince who runs a makeup academy. She's a fantastic makeup artist, and she's going to be giving away a place for her academy. So if anyone is interested, and she will be giving away on the day advice on makeup, beauty tips, and she's very much about empowering young girls because, as we know, young girls, as you talk about social media, everyone has to look so perfect and beautiful, and you know, I know that feeling, but it's about young people being real with themselves. You're two beautiful young girls. You don't need to be piling on makeup and, you know.
Absolutely.
Just the way you are.
No, there's a song coming on now. What song's that?
Can you like tell the viewers about your event and how to register and attend?
Right, it's free. I like to add, it's free to come. We wanted this to be a community event for everyone.
Free.
We wanted it to be a community event for everyone to get involved, regardless of what your background is. It's very diverse. We've got something for everyone. We've got over 36 youth organisations that work very closely with young people, and also organisations that work to support families. We've got a wish wall. We want people to come along and leave comments about the wish wall. You know, their hopes for the future. So I'm waffling a bit here. We've got a young girl who wrote a song for victims of knife crime, and just towards the end of the event, she's going to be singing that track, and we're going to let balloons go in tribute to the people that have lost their life through violent crimes. People that come to the event, they can write a note and we're going to tie it to the balloon and we're going to let it go. We've also got, if you're into garage music, I should probably say it's what I'm going to. We've got Richie Dan and, oh my god,
I think there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, there's a lot. He's going to be, Richie Dan is was a very famous garage artist, and he's been performing a knife track for the first time live there, and lots of supporting artists. Oh, I didn't mention, we've got 54 teams of football coming from across London. So 400 kids coming from all parts of London to play football, 5-a-side.
So is it just, have they started playing or they'll start from there? How does the football thing work out?
Everyone's registered. We've got lots of teams from across London. They've all pre-registered already, and they know when to turn up, register, and they'll play football. And the winners everyone will get a medal. And everyone who plays football will get a medal, and the winning teams will get a Youth Unity Cup, which is sponsored by a company called Street Tag. We've been so blessed. Yeah, do you know them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because my brother and sister had to do it from school.
Well, there you go. Big up Street Tag.
So what do they do really? Sorry, because I've never heard of it.
I think you have to you have to download it on maybe your tab or your phone, and you have to work and earn rewards, like do things.
It's really good. It's really good.
Is it similar to Duke of Edinburgh?
I don't know.
And you get to meet new people also.
And he's also bringing the bubble football.
Yeah.
That's he's bringing that as well. So we've got another bubble football. So you've got to come. We've got to have a game.
I don't. I've never heard of it. I'm my age now.
Do you think? Do you believe that what you're trying to do right now, like the Youth Unity Day, do you feel like it's going to inspire your children?
If we have 100 children, say for instance we have 700 youth come to this event, and even if 50 sign up for football, music, rugby, whatever any program there is, if they can get help, if there's we've got mental health, we've got Mind coming along as well, Haver in Mind. If we can reach out to even a minimum of 50, that 50 is a ripple effect. They'll go home and they'll maybe sign up and do something, and then they'll tell their friends, and they'll tell their friends. And by the time we do our event next year, we want Youth Unity to become one of the biggest youth events in the UK.
Oh,
That's
so
our aim.
This is the first one.
Oh
So
no,
this
yeah,
one-
we want this long term.
Oh.
What we want to do from the back of this is constant projects.
Oh, okay.
We want people to come whether they work under our umbrella. We want to become like a one-stop shop.
Mm.
So organisations are part of our network, and we can signpost people to different places. And you asked me at the beginning why we're doing it. One of the reasons is that if you go onto social media, for example Facebook, there could be a parent that has a child that might be caught up in county lines, and they have no idea where to go to get help, and it's kind of like fumbling around in the dark. So we want to kind of know that they can come to us and we can signpost them to the right places, because if you go on social media people can see your names,
Yeah.
and a lot of the time they're kind of vilified as well.
Yeah.
Did you just wake up one morning and just decided, hey, I wanted to do Youth Unity Day? What inspired?
Oh God, no. Oh God, how do I explain that? It's been an ongoing thing. It's kind of grown. I was doing some events which were supporting charities, and it wasn't kind of working the way it should have worked. It was just costing us a lot of money, and it wasn't really kind of making an impact that I kind of thought we should be making. And one of the charities we supported was an anti-knife campaign, which was Stop Our Kids Being Killed on Our Street.
Oh right.
Have you heard
Yeah,
that? Yeah.
I remember.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you see some of the, so that really kind of really hit home with me. One, because I'm a parent, and also it's, as you know, it's chucked in our face all the time. You know, God forbid another child's being murdered, and it's just, you know. So we wanted to kind of make a change, but we didn't kind of know how. So it's kind of been a slow progression. We actually done this in 2017 at Hackney Marsh, and we was going to do. We started off as a picnic, and the next minute we're doing football. So that's kind of how it came about, and it was really well received. But I ended up doing something else last year, and I couldn't do it. So it's definitely something I've always kind of had a lot of passion for.
There's like so many stuff in this. I don't even know what to start. Let's just start with the music. What made you decided to put music within it?
Because I run a radio station, UWC Radio. Thought I'd plug that, thank you. We've got house, garage, R&B, soul, soca, reggae. We've got it all. It's an internet radio station, and we've got a downloadable app. Go and download it now.
You just have so all the stuff you have is music, football, and what else?
But also as well, so another reason music.
Yeah.
So I'm also, my business partner, there's two of us. There's me, David Peters, which is my partner, and CKP, which is a garage MC, an award-winning, like when I say that, award-winning MC. And he's the one, you might know him, Yogi, that one there.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's him.
Shows that age.
Yeah.
Is that it? I think so. It's
Yeah.
very young age, but the one I know is I.
Yeah. So you're famous. Yeah, I told you. So so that and music unites people. It brings people together. You can like any kind of music. It does.
I know I enjoy music.
Exactly.
Yeah, I do.
But I'm gonna ask you a question now. Do you think music influences on people now?
It does.
Yeah.
Actually, it influences them in a good way and a bad way sometimes, because we get this question. Okay, we had this question, and it wasn't an exam, but it was more of like an essay question. So it was like write a speech about drill music. People, like young children, they like drill music because it's just so upbeat and just like.
So it's the beat you like.
Yeah, the beat. But I feel like the words within it is the dangerous part.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that's been said is more of like the harsh, violent part, but the beat around it is just something to dance to and something to enjoy to. Whereas there's other people who kind of disagree and say it's actually the words that within it that they enjoy rather than the beat. But there's just two of us.
What do you think?
I think there are different kind of songs that influence people. Like me, sometimes when I'm doing my homework, I like listening to like all this normal music, the soft, calm one that like it boosts my brain and makes me feel like doing more of the work. Like
What sort of music?
some songs like just the soft hip hop, like songs like symphony, songs like Super Cycle, and
I'm just shaking my head. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I know them, yeah.
Yeah, but sorry, carry on.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh, right.
But it does influence. But you can have like my son listens to grime, and some of it I was like, oh my god, how can you be listening to that? Especially what I'm kind of representing. And to him it was just words. It was, it's a laugh. He's not going to go make him do it, but he's got a strong mindset. And some of the lyrics he would kind of explain, because it's lots of double meaning, and it's if at our age we wouldn't know what they're saying. So if you translate, it's horrendous.
No, but like someone like, just say, do you know Rapman?
Yeah.
Someone like Rapman.
Rap God.
Yeah, like he's more of like, I don't know how to say it, but he's I don't know how to explain it, but he's like, what he does is that he speaks up the truth, and he's more of like, he talks about the youth around, like that's what
What's
he
his
does.
name?
Rapman.
I think my son listens to that.
Yeah, Rapman, and he's the one who made Shara's Story. Do you know Shara's Story?
No, I don't.
Okay, so Shara's Story is about like a young boy who he lives around the youth, but he gets himself into trouble too much. And a lot of people watch it because they're so inspired by it, and it just talks about how he lives, the boy within itself, he lives around, and how the youth, he gets inspired very quickly, and as he grows up he realizes that doing bad stuff is not the right thing. So he Rapman raps about it, and the rap what he said, he's talking but he's rapping at the same time. If you listen to it, you actually understand it, because he's like, I don't know, like, do you know when you're talking but you're singing, but you're rapping at the same time?
Makes a story.
It makes a story. That's what he does.
Yeah,
And
Roger Stewart.
Yeah, you should listen to it. His name's called Rap
Yeah,
Man.
watch
It's
it.
really, it's really
Some singer pass message through their songs. Like some songs have deep.
Yeah. I think we've all been touched by songs like that all throughout our life.
Well, if you have like all these violent lyrics, does it affect you? Is it something that they tap into? Because I've listened to a bit of drill music. I was appalled.
Yeah,
I
same.
was absolutely
It
appalled.
depends on your mindset and your intention then. Like if you don't have intention of listening to the words, you just want to listen to the beat. It depends on you, what you want to do.
But when I mentioned about my son listening to it, I took him on a march, Operation Shutdown, that was quite recent.
Oh yeah.
And he met quite a few people who've lost children, and it was absolutely heart-wrenching. And since seeing that, and actually being up that close and seeing how knife crime affects families, he can't listen to it. When he listens to the words, it has a whole new meaning to him now.
Yes.
And he can't listen to it.
Yes.
So it's that shock factor, because it is someone's child they're talking about. That's someone's brother, someone's son, someone's, it might be words, but some of the people that are Capital Radio, they I think they play at 2:00 in the afternoon. Some of the quite hardcore drill.
Yeah. Like my mum.
And Google, YouTube, they play it.
Like my mum, she doesn't, like the first time she heard me, I was about 14 or 15. She heard me. I was listening to drill music, and she was like, "What is that? She was like, Precious, what are you listening to?" I was like, "A song." She's like, "You think this is a song?" And I was like, "Mom, it's just a song."
Yeah, but weren't we like that? My dad was saying, "Oh my God, what is that rubbish you're listening to?"
And
but I think we've all gone through that. But
and I feel like,
lyrics.
I feel like because they don't understand, like I thought there's some people who would, I feel like music influences people in a good and a bad way. Bad meaning the harsh and violent part within the words, but good meaning the beat and the happiness or joy of listening to it, just like a sound. Like a sound can bring happiness to someone because they're listening to a voice or a beat or something. So I feel like music in a way brings people happiness. So I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I feel like
I'm throwing this question to both of you, or maybe you start first. So let's say you're in class now, you're on recess and stuff, and somebody's playing all this music. Will you stay there with them, listen to the lyrics? Because this afternoon on my way here, what I saw was so scary. I'm not going to mention which borough, but if you see the kids, the way they were acting, sometimes when you see this thing on social media, it's way, way different from what you see in real life.
Oh God,
And some of it, like, what I noticed was there was a lot of music being played, there was everything. So some people were feeding into the aggression. So someone like you girls, would you be able to stay in that area and encourage them and sing it along?
No, I'll just move away from there, because if I'm somebody that once something gets stuck in my brain, it gets stuck there forever.
Yeah.
Like, I can't manage to take it out. It takes me forever to take it out of my brain. So I'll just stay away from it permanently and just listen to something that makes sense, that can actually improve me, and can actually make me do something that makes sense in the future.
I can't lie. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna walk away. I feel like I'm a type of child whereby when I enjoy something, you can't take me away from it. Like no. Listen, like
your mum's watching. Your mum's going, I'll make you go home.
Like it's a thing.
What do you mean you'd stay?
No, it's not I would stay. It's just like, it's more of like, say for example, I'm listening to a very upbeat song, a very loud upbeat song. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna walk away. I'm not gonna lie on TV. No, that's not the person I am. I'm just gonna say reality, how I am. Like, okay, I might walk away, but I don't think I would walk away. If if I find it interesting and it's something fun for me to listen to, I'm not gonna walk away from it.
If you start kind of seeing the atmosphere changing, would you walk away?
Definitely. If I'm seeing that it's getting to a situation whereby it's becoming,
They start arguing.
yeah, loud.
So mum, don't worry, you should walk away.
So yeah, I would walk away if it's getting to a bad thing. But if it's a happy, calm atmosphere, even though it's loud and even if the voice is harsh, I wouldn't just walk away because of that. Like, it's just, I'm not gonna do that.
Because at school sometimes some people just gather in front of the school and start playing music instead of actually revising. And
Give them the space and the area. That's when they start rebelling. And if you expect them to revise all the time, it's like you're taking a part of them away. And taking a part of a child away, it's like you're depriving them from something else. Like,
I wasn't actually saying revising every time, like when it's time for exam, instead of actually revising for the exam.
oh yeah, I understand what you're trying to say. Yeah, that's crucial. Yeah, you should be revising when you're supposed to be revising. Yeah, but
some people are more academic than others. Some it sounds like you're very natural to you. My daughter's very natural. I don't think I've ever have to mother her do her homework. My son's different, but sometimes it's just natural. Some people maybe they're just struggling with it, and music isn't a release.
See, this is a new aspect.
And also when you kind of get into a crowd of people, we do it. We're old, we do it. We have intention of doing our housework. Your mate knocks on the door, before you know it, 2 hours have gone and you've done nothing.
me, sometimes I won't even notice. Sometimes I won't even notice that I'm singing. I'm just like, oh. And I'm gonna be like, keep the noise down. She'll be like, you're in the house, keep the noise down. I'm like, huh? That's my sister. I just like music. I just like singing, like it's just within me, exactly. And I feel like music just brings the joy in people and the happiness in people.
Well, you've definitely got to come next week. We'll get up on stage singing.
Yeah, but that's my sister's personality. She loves singing. She just starts singing, and I'm like, keep your voice down.
Yeah, my daughter sings, but she's not very good. I'm sorry. She plays the piano with me, but she's not very good.
You know you're leaving here.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I'm getting live. I can sing, but to myself.
Can we hear you?
No, I can't really. Everyone will turn off.
So have you got any more questions for Shirley? You've got any more questions? This has been very, very...
God. Any more questions? questions.
Okay, before we go there, do you want to talk about your own organisation, your unit?
Right, so what my company's called Conscious Links and www.consciouslinks.com, and we work to our projects, which are going to be growing. It's all around about, oh God, I'm kind of got a bit tongue-tied now. But yeah, I know, we really have. God, I'm trying to drink. It's all around things that mean something. Everything we do means something. So the radio station, we're really blessed. We've got some amazing DJs that they kind of feel like a sense of belonging because of what we also do as well. We're going to be starting a grassroots magazine, which is going to launch on the 1st of August. If you go to www.grmag.co, you can subscribe, and once the magazine's ready we can send it out. We're looking for partners to come, not partners, but people to send us stories. info@consciouslinks.com. And when we say stories, we want things that are positive. We don't want all the bad news. We will cover that, but we'll cover it in a way that's something we need to kind of know, but it's not going to be the main focus. We want to highlight all these fantastic kids we've got out there.
To give people
and there's brilliant. But it's bring the love back to our communities. That's what we need to do. And we have there's some brilliant kids, and we're very quick to judge. You'll see a group of young boys, and they stand up. My son, the majority of his friends, you see them think, oh my God, I'm crossing over. But they go to college, go to university. Don't be so quick to judge.
And I feel like every time they see, I feel like when adults see boys with hoodies on, automatically they think, oh, he's naughty. They're part of gang. They think. So I feel like if people just, even if like just for 2 seconds, just don't judge. Like you can't judge a book by its cover. Like you have to open a book to actually read it, to judge, to have a judge.
Shock some of these old people. When you're walking down the road, you see an old person, say, good morning, how are you? You'll shock them. Because that's what we start. When we were younger, if we saw an old person, we say, good morning, Mr. or Mrs. or can I help you? Now if you do that, they look at you like, oh my God.
And going on about the hoodies and stuff, because I work night time as well, I'll be telling you from my perspective, it is very scary. You might be from the best home, but if you imagine having about 7, 8 young people,
definitely,
with trousers down here, they might have the best training, they might not have any intention of training, but sometimes looks. When it comes to that looks, you get judged by everything. That's what's wrong with social media.
But can you remember? I don't know how old you are, but if I go back, exactly. If we go back, there was punk rock. There was skinheads. There was mods. There was. And we was all living in fear, especially if we saw certain type, oh God, bikers, how they look, it's that intimidating, it's kind of just crossing over that barrier.
That's it. So they have to be able to take accountability for that as well. I don't make excuses for them. I'm not going to look at me, single young lady walking down the road, you see 10 of them there. The first thing, understandably, is fair. However, when I used to work in Haringey, and I've always said this, these same young men have always been my protectors on the street. Because my job then could get really confrontational. And when people see these same young men around, they tend to calm me down. Sometimes they come to you, oh, you're right, miss, is there any problem? So I'm saying it from both sides. But the main thing is you need to take accountability for yourself.
I think we all need to, not just young people, adults as well.
Absolutely.
We all need to. We need to bring the love back.
So stay positive. No negativity. Please do not judge before you see what actually happens. We young kids, all we want is good for the society. Sometimes I feel like we're misunderstood. So if adults, not just adults, everyone around us, just take a minute and actually just try to understand us. I feel like this world would be a better place. So,
you want to, and
you're running from there next.
You want to round it up then?
are you done? Thank you guys.
Thank you for listening.
This is the voice of the voiceless. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Don't forget, the t-shirts are on sale as well.
22nd of June.
Well good girl.
Really good. You kind of got into it as you
As it went on. Anyway, I don't really need to say it a lot. Well, that's so nice, Victor.
My daughter-in-law. So how are you planning for my son's birthday? I have to cook up for her. Do you people have ogirisi there? No. It's okay. Okay, let me call you back. Mama Chiji, okay. Hi, so wait a market. Please pack some ogirisi. I am going to visit my son. My daughter-in-law. It's arranged, but you must use original red oil to prepare the soup. What? I'll call you back. Mama Chijo, please include Isio Morocco, my daughter-in-law. Everything is now set. But don't forget that gold wristwatch I saw the last time I visited.
Now you can talk until you tire for just 11 kobo a second. Call all networks in Nigeria and 30 international destinations, including US, UK, China, Canada, and India for just 11 kobo per second. Dial *211# to activate.
That's it, boo-boo.
The largest data network, Glow, grandmasters of data.
Meritable, Nigeria Limited, Emerald, Garden City. Meritable, Nigeria Limited, Emerald, Garden City.
Moses, Dad, my wife told me that you have bought a land and complete a good-looking duplex on it. Yes, from buying the plot to the completion only takes less than 3 months. What about Omonile? Omonile like how? I didn't deal with them. I bought the land from Meritable Nigeria Limited. Meritable? Yes, Meritable. Rachel Onega and Prince Jide Kosoko are the ambassador for Meritable, and these two individuals boost my confidence and trust that make me to buy from them. And that is not all. They even help me in building our new home. I only visit the site on completion to collect our keys and exchange paperwork, which amounts to more than double savings. Usually, for people like us living abroad, you have to take time off work so many times to travel back home to do the work, or the Yahoo contractors will show you big time. Yes, I was wondering, as I always see you every week. Let me tell you, I was in Nigeria for only 4 days and everything is campaign EQS. I didn't lose money by not going to work. Merit Abode is the best. What about the cost of calling them every day? They use UK number, so you will not be running up the phone bill to call them. I beg, give me their details. Telephone 020-3865-8087 or 081-734-47111. Email info@meritabode.com. Their website is www.meritabode.com. Merit Abode Nigeria Limited is the developer for Emerald Garden City Estate Series. You can even pay by installments. Our locations are Shimawa, Ibejuleki, Arepo, Agbara, Ikorodu, Mowe Ofada, and Asheshe. Merit Abode, build my confidence and trust.